It is Friday.
Friday. TGIF, everybody. TGIF. And welcome back. We are going to be giving you your mortgage update. And we'll also give you a little insight to some stuff that probably doesn't even matter. According to you or us. I don't know.
We're going to find out.
Yeah. So today we're bringing on Javier Villarreal.
Hello. Thank you.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Doing good. Can't complain. It's Friday.
And my everyday co-star, Matthew Stansberry.
Boom. What's going on, guys? I hope y'all are having a great Friday. It's actually like a Monday for real estate people, right?
Yeah.
Because the weekend, you should be out working.
Yes,
It's the
that's
second
right.
Monday. Second Monday of the week.
The first Monday for them, right?
Second quarter.
Yeah. Fourth quarter. Let's go.
quarter.
Let's go. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes left. Who are you going to give the ball to? 2 minutes left. That's a lot of time.
That is that's a couple runs.
Well, good morning, everybody. We're going to start with our mortgage rates. Then we're going to jump into a quick snip video that I found that I wanted to give you guys some insight on from a... he's not a real estate professional. He's not anything to do with our market other than the fact that he owns quite a bit of it. But I do like his take on a lot of things. So before we get into that, let's jump into our rates. Matt, if you can jump on those.
Let's see. National average, we're looking at everything kind of trending down yesterday. Also today, it is following the same suit. We're looking at your conventional 30-year fixed mortgage at a 7% yesterday, down 0.05%. Same with your 15-year fixed. Rate is at a 6.45%. Going down to your Govy, skipping over the jumbo and ARM, you're looking at FHA 6.5%, and which is down 0.04%. VA is at a 6.52, down 0.06%. This is a national average, folks. So if you're in the Texas area, please get with an expert or just call us and we'll help you out.
Amen to that.
Mhm.
Yes. And for a rate quote, visit ithinkmortgage.com. We are more than happy to provide you with a rate quote, but keep in mind, we are going to ask you for your documents because we don't just go through the motions. We're here to help you and to provide you with options, not to be your paper pusher. We ain't your paper pusher.
Push up.
All right, so let's jump into this quick clip that I found, and then I want to talk about it.
Do you think I can
Let's-
say meow on this
People
episode?
making less. They
Yeah.
make more that way.
100%. So guess what? If you can show this chart, guys, watch this here.
Not the pickle chart, please, Rob.
We've had enough pickles for today. Watch this here. Look at this. Make it big so we can see it. You know what that is? That's the states that lost people and states that gained people.
Yep.
California, keep doing stupid things. Keep doing it.
People are
The
dropping.
people that are leaving you are the people we want in Florida.
Wow, that's a great chart.
The people that are leaving you, they're coming to states like ours. Keep doing 4-day work week bullshit, union stuff, driving the entrepreneur out. Just like you keep losing people like Musk, Rogan, big job creators keep leaving you. First time net, of your population going lower since 1851. You keep doing stuff like that. Look at the North, by the way. Look on the other side. Look at Pennsylvania. Look at New York. Look at what they're going through. Look at Illinois. Look at all those guys. No problem, Oregon. Keep doing it. Texas winning, Florida winning, Arizona winning, Utah winning, South Carolina winning, North Carolina winning. It's totally
Montana.
fine.
There you go.
Love it.
This is, I would break
West
this down
Virginia
to
losing people.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll break this
looking
down
for dentists.
into 80-20 rule. Like 80% of the map where people are getting the hell out of are the overregulated, highly liberal blue states. Typically, right? They're getting the hell out of California. They're getting the hell out of Oregon. They're getting the hell out of New York.
Yeah, less
PA,
paycheck, right?
Illinois, all that. But so absolutely right. They're moving to Florida, Texas, no doubt. But the flip side is the 20%. What the hell's going on in Louisiana, Mississippi, West Virginia? I mean, nobody wants any part of that. Nobody's moving to these states. Just a little food for thought. Nobody wants to be part of a shitty state. And
All
so,
right, let's
what
stop it
kind
there.
of rules are going on in?
So what that does, and when I heard it this morning as I was listening, that was Patrick Bet David PBD podcast. For any of you that were wondering, he is a entrepreneur, business owner, owns a very large insurance company, and has great insight to many things from a logical perspective. he has guests on, liberal, conservative, doesn't matter. He's not political. He's more business oriented. And when I saw that after the video that we saw yesterday, people migrating to different places, why are they moving? He answered that question. I mean, pretty straight up. And that's from his own perspective now, mind you. I want to get y'all's perspective. And I brought X on because he's got a different take on most things.
I was looking at that and, just thinking about it. I see it twofold, a benefit, and I see the negative in it too.
Sure.
I mean, the negative would be what is happening to our housing market, right? You have the increase in purchase price. You have people that are moving from California and taking advantage of the lower prices and value of homes, which is driving up the cost and kind of pushing out your own Texans to go into a lower priced area. But the benefit to it, like he said, is these higher capital, these higher, entrepreneurs are coming into these states, Texas, Florida, and bringing along jobs with them.
Correct.
Creating opportunities.
Correct.
And so I could see twofold. It's like, okay, which I think it drives us to something that we're going to play later in the video, but I'll leave that up.
What are your thoughts, Javier?
Well, I mean, it's kind of interesting that he said Musk left California because he actually just went back. He's expanding the headquarters there. He didn't like having his headquarters here in Austin. So yeah, he's moving it back to San Francisco. And is
that fact or fiction? Did you see that in a TikTok video?
It's actually on the article in the next that we're gonna read.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into that then. Why not?
So he didn't like that. So he went back, and then I guess they definitely provide a lot of opportunities as we've seen, but I think the question is, if certain regulations are intended to help the populace, right, with income and wages and things of that nature, and you see certain entrepreneurs leave those states where the regulations are meant to help people, I think that kind of points out where their true intentions lie, I guess.
Okay, so let's set it to a situation to where you are now the business owner, okay, and you've got the economy that is somewhat booming, CPI going through the roof, cost of living going through the roof, but yet margins are shrinking, meaning your profit is going down or next to nothing. Do you continue to operate in the parameters that are being set forth by something that you don't agree with, or do you move? Because you have the ability to do that.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to prioritize from a capitalist state of mind. You're going to prioritize profit over people for sure.
Well, profit allows you to continue to employ people. I mean, did you think about that angle?
Right.
But no profit, you have no people.
I guess it depends under what conditions are you able to provide employment also.
Sure.
I mean, that's something to look at for sure.
Yeah.
I also think that if you're looking at somebody that's moving, say, California to Texas, you're going to get your profit, right? There's less taxes that they get hit with, but also the affordability in hiring that persons. California versus Texas, I bet you the minimum starting wage with a lot of these companies differ by far.
Absolutely. So, I mean, California's taxes are almost at like 50%.
Yeah. But what I had noticed too was someone had made the comparison. Obviously, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but when you look at the total taxes one takes in Texas in comparison to California, it's a lot more. When you look at all the taxes, like property taxes, all that stuff. Yeah, you actually pay more in Texas.
That's actually not true.
But it's a given.
We could double check.
The taxes in California, California are less expensive tax-wise on property.
There's state tax.
Yeah, but then they have state tax, all that. Texas has their property tax a little bit higher, but your affordability on your house is much less.
Yeah,
right.
$1 million at 0.9% in taxes,
right? Or
you pay $400,000 at 2% in taxes. I mean, the state's making it.
And I think the tax situation has to do with the corporate taxes, not the individual taxes.
Right.
The individual taxes are intended to benefit those individuals, similar to corporations want to be able to leverage and make money moves, so to speak. I mean, if there are no, let's look at the world in the sense that if everybody's taking 50% away from these corporations, what's their incentive to continue to grow and to innovate and to hire more like-minded individuals that are going to continue to drive what's going on? Whereas when he's talking in this segment about California and states like New York, where they're trying to shift towards a 4-day work week, where the heck did that come from? I mean, we'd be lucky if we could get 6 days out of work. I mean, there's not enough time in the day for me as an entrepreneur.
Right.
I don't see how you get things done in 4 days that are intended to be in 5 or 6, etc.
I actually read something on that a couple weeks ago where I think it started based out of Sweden and it got picked up in the UK where they started these 4-day work weeks and seeing the efficiencies. But I think that comes down to people working hourly and how efficient they are with their time.
Sure.
4 days versus 5, they were a lot more productive. Whereas with us, man, on commission income, you're like, I need every day, every hour. Same with an entrepreneur. I don't think the 4-day work week really works with that.
Right. Well, what ends up happening is if you go to a 4-day work week and productivity drops, you end up having to hire more employees anyway to do double the work. So it's almost counterintuitive when you look at it.
I could see it working in some places. I just don't see it working in a environment like ours in the real estate. Like, yes, we have operations. They're on salary. They work hourly. But if we're working 7 days a week, we're going to need somebody just as dedicated with their time.
Sure. Yeah. Well, let's pull up that article that you have over there. And then while you're doing that, JC, if you don't mind doing a quick search on who pays more taxes, Texas versus California, we'll read this article. X, you're the closest to the screen, so by all means, have at it.
Alrighty. Elon Musk has reportedly bought thousands of acres of land about 35 miles outside of Austin and plans to build his own town there for employees to live and work. The Wall Street Journal reports Musk has described the city as a sort of Texas utopia along the Colorado River. By creating the town, Musk would be able to set some of the city's regulations. Last year, at an all-hands meeting of Boring employees, President Steve Davis reportedly talked about holding election for mayor of the city. The proposed municipality is said to be the adjacent to the Boring and SpaceX facilities that are currently under construction and to already include some modular homes and signs hang from poles reading, "Welcome, Snailbrook, Texas, established 2021. Snailbrook is the name of Boring's mascot. Musk reportedly wants to offer rental houses to work that are well below the local market value. One and allegedly put the price of a 2 or 3 bedroom home at $800 compared to $2,200 a month in near Bastrop, Texas.
Wow.
There are also plans for a Montessori school in the municipality. Texas law requires an area to have at least 201 residents before it can incorporate. Plans with the Journal shows in its story call for the construction of 110 more homes in the area where Snailbrook is located. Over the past 3 years, entities tied to Musk have bought at least 3,500 acres in the general Austin area. The Journal says some reports indicate Musk controls as much as 6,000 acres. Musk first came to Texas 2 years ago, abandoning California and calling it the land of overregulation, overlitigation, overtaxation. Last month, though, Tesla announced plans to expand its California presence, moving its engineering headquarters to the state. Should Musk be building his own city? He won't be the only Texas billionaire to own a town. In 2021, Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban purchased the entire town of Mustang, Texas for an undisclosed amount.
That's
it kind of goes into, I mean, the rest of the article just kind of dives into owning the property and
how much it's worth, all that jazz. Yep. But one thing that caught me by super surprise is the idea that these corporations that we were talking about it a moment ago, these corporations want to be greedy and they want to make more profit, etc. But yet we're reading right now that Musk is intending to do something for his people.
Intending. We'll see if he does.
In addition to, he's comparing let's call it a modular home that typically goes for about $2,200 in Bastrop, which is right down the street from where he's purchasing. He's going to be able to provide it to him for $800. So talk about affordable housing, which gives them more money in their pocket to leverage and do what they need to do. It's just, I mean, to me, that's inspirational.
To
I mean,
it
I would
does
say
look
we have to
extortional.
we have to see if he does it because he does have a history of
saying things and not
making
coming
things and
through.
not coming through.
Give
I
me
mean,
an example.
the Cybertruck.
car, yeah, the truck.
The Cybertruck was just
That's a thing.
three.
Yeah,
three-
That's
also-
a product.
also the Hyperloop train that he wanted to establish in San Francisco. He said
also
that.
planned to do it here in San Antonio.
Yeah,
where it's
But
a
what
fast
stopped
track.
him in San
No,
Francisco?
he did it himself.
What stopped him?
He stopped it himself.
Why?
Because he didn't want to do it.
Regulations.
No, we can look it up. He did it himself.
It's just like them in solar. If you want solar in your house in California, it takes damn near 2 years just to get through the regulations of having solar in your house. But
Right,
yet
right,
they're
right.
advocating for it.
Yep.
Strange.
I mean, going back to the article, I see that, yes, it is a benefit to Tesla or, employees of Elon Musk. But I see it being something that's controlling in another aspect. If I
Sure.
wanted to like dive into it, think of somebody that just purchased a bunch of homes and he's going to give it to his employees at a cost, which they work for him. So
Yeah.
he's paying them, but in a way he's getting it back. And they're going to pay off this house, which I'm sure that there's a disclosure in there or something that they're not going to own the property.
Yeah.
fully
Well, he said it's
outright.
rent.
It's rent.
It's just like rent, or they'd come here and rent. Now they can go buy somewhere by
Yeah.
all means. It's not going to stop them from that owning a piece. But I think furthermore, Elon Musk doesn't really own anything.
And he doesn't really need the money. So it's like, hey, let me buy this land, build some properties. Let me make money from my already employees and throw it back in.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, that's crazy, actually. Yeah.
it's a
And
good
then-
point,
Yeah.
but I just think that Elon Musk is one of those guys that has a good heart. He, in what he does, in his intentions, is always good at heart. Even with buying of Twitter, he intended to give people back their voice, and it's not, oh, I'm going to pick and choose this voice. No, he uncensor. Everybody has the right to choose what they want to listen to, just like they have the right to say what they want to say. It's up to us as consumers to know the difference between right and wrong and what we like and what we don't like. I mean, there are people that would say that my shirt right now is offensive.
Yeah.
Okay, no big deal. Close your eyes when you walk past me, brother.
And I do see the benefit, like, hey, it is a huge plus. You have people that are, already having a hard time with inflation
Yeah.
and everything going on. So this would be a case where they could have, the means to pay for their property, have their family have a roof over their head. I just feel like there's other
Motives.
other motives.
Absolutely. I think it's also like, I think of the time where, you and I used to work at
Like
Maverick Creek.
We
where
lived
our
there
housing
rent-free.
our housing was paid for by them
Right.
on top of a wage.
Okay.
And to some degree, you feel an extra layer of like, I can't quit or I can't leave because now if I do, I gotta think of a new place to go.
So I'm going to give you this from a different perspective, okay? And it's a perspective of you are still a human with the ability to decide.
Absolutely.
And for him, it's
just an
the
option.
it's an option.
Yeah.
Hey, by all means, you can go do what you want to do, but I've got this here. I don't see it as the control that you guys are talking about because at the end of the day, we have the choice to decide. Both you guys had the ability to say, you know what? I ain't living at this Maverick Creek, but what did you want? Free rent.
Yeah.
So in turn, you don't get, there's no free lunch.
Right.
What are you going to give up? You're going to give up your privacy. Your privacy. Everybody wants their privacy.
Yeah.
But you can't have your cake and eat it too. You
Right.
can't think that, okay, I'm going to get something free and it's really free. Well, that's your choice.
Nah, everything comes at a cost.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying that if you took the deal or went with the property, I'm pretty sure that there is other motives. But like you said, it's an option. People don't know how to move forward.
What
with
are
that.
those other motives, though?
His motive is making it seem like, hey, I'm doing something good for the people.
Like,
I
one of the things-
understand that. That's cool. But your behind the scene motive is, I'm going to make money off of this.
And
But
here's one of the things why I know
aren't
it ties.
people going to make money off of anything?
But
Somebody that they go and rent from, regardless, is going to make money.
I
Right,
think
but I
I think the
you're a
reason why he's
landlord.
doing this.
yeah, that's
I
what
think
I'm
the
saying,
reason
though.
why he's
Give
doing
your
this.
properties away for free.
No, that's
but-
not what I'm saying. But
I
the
think
way
this
that
is
they're painting
tied-
this picture is like he's doing something so great. Yes, he's doing great. But what is he really doing?
Yeah, And I think he
providing housing at a lower cost
And-
that they have the ability to say yes or no to.
And this
he
is
still
one of the
makes
reasons.
still makes a profit.
This
But
is
why
one of the
would you
reasons I
not?
think he did it. He
Why
learned.
would you not?
So he recently got in trouble.
He's always getting in trouble.
in the headquarters for Twitter because he had all of his employees sleeping there and living there, so that he could work them overtime.
Sure.
Because Twitter's failing right now. But yeah, it is. And so he had them living there. Finally, someone made a complaint, like, you can't have employees living here. And so I think he realized, well, one of the ways that I could possibly make employees work more, if I provide them housing, that one, they're going to pay me back for, just like you mentioned. And two, they have, because I did feel it. You can have a choice, but you can also be coerced into something. And if you have that added layer,
okay,
like
wait. Let's talk about that.
coercion.
Because is coercion tit for tat, meaning I'm going to give you something, you have the choice to say yes or no, or is it convincing someone? Coercion is convincing someone.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people blur that line between I just accepted something because it was to my benefit, at the same time I'm giving up something. That is called a negotiation.
right.
That is
right.
called a deal or no deal. That is not coercion.
I
And that word gets thrown around so much, and it has totally blurred that line between what is coercion and what is making a deal.
making a decision.
Making a decision.
A consenting decision.
Correct.
I think, yeah, you're right.
Do
I think
you
it's
coerce your buyers into signing that contract?
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Same contract.
Educating them.
There you
Yeah.
go. It's giving them options.
So long as they're definitely educated on everything and someone makes, a decision on all the information possible, then yeah. I just feel like, on top of making that decision if I want to leave a workplace, on top of now thinking I have to find another job, now I have to find another place to live. It definitely puts you in a spot where it's harder
But tell me
to-
that wasn't your choice.
Right.
Are you
Right.
not taking
But
responsibility
if you hold
now?
I don't know.
if you hold the cards as I'm your employer and your landlord,
Yeah.
you have a lot of power over an individual.
But the individual has the choice.
Right. But it's still
So
I think
what
it's
are you-
still
what are you
important.
getting at
I
here?
think it's still important to view that you have a lot of power over an individual.
That's regardless. That's regardless. The employee by nature. Okay, let's put it in perspective of me.
Mhm.
I own, I think, mortgage.
Right.
If I said, hey, X, you're paying rent right now $2,200 over there. I just built this townhome right down the street, and I'll only charge you $1,500. Wouldn't you think that you'd go, you know what, I'm going to save a lot of money?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it not your decision to make that move to save money versus paying higher to not have that owner of the company also as your landlord?
Right.
It's a choice.
Right. I think the context is important because
Sure.
I obviously like working here.
Yeah,
There's
and-
never
and-
a thought. But for someone who's like not sure of their employer, like they're gonna feel like maybe I have to take the cheaper rent, but like I kind
Whoa,
of, you know
they
what
don't
I mean?
have to do anything.
I mean,
Exactly.
That's where we're getting at.
Yeah. So I mean,
Is
y'all,
we're
y'all are
thinking
getting
that
caught,
coercion is I have to do that.
Right,
No, you
right.
do not.
Right.
caught
right.
between, kind of in between. We're lost in the weeds, right?
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the same stuff.
Not really.
We do we do see that there is an option. I feel like people
Yes.
do there's always an option. What we're saying, or what I am saying more so, is just there's the surface level of what is being portrayed. And yes, there is business. Of course, it's a business. People need to make money. I'm saying that is not being said, right? That's not something that they're highlighting like, hey, he's going to do this, or what is the benefit, or what is the deal that is going to take place between the individual and Elon, right? So
but I guess my point is, what is wrong with making money? You have 2 investment
Right.
properties.
No,
Let's
say-
give those away for free.
I'm saying that it's a way to, I mean, think you're a billionaire. How can I extend my
Just because
finances?
his finances are where they're at does not put him in any other
He's
category.
buying a city.
Totally
Yeah,
get it.
that is that is
Totally
crazy.
get it.
That's
I think,
insane.
and here's the
Okay.
thing.
No,
I
he's
think
not-
the thing that
He's
you
not
always
buying a city.
conflate with,
He's making a city,
Yeah.
meaning ground up. He
Yep.
is starting something.
and that
it's-
always
and
goes
if
back
everybody
to like
said no, we're not moving there. What do you think he'd do?
he'd sell it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Done.
Yeah, I think. It's
And do you
just-
think he's going to make money from that?
right?
No,
No.
he's not.
I just think it's always important.
So
you
where's
know,
the risk?
I think it's not always like you said, is it bad to make money? And absolutely not in most cases. But I think one always has to question, how ethical is this? Because if we stop asking like how ethical is for something, then you kind of lead yourself down dark paths.
But
I think it's just an
where does
important
ethics
question.
come into this matter if somebody
I don't
has
know, being
the
a
absolute
landlord,
choice?
being a landlord of a whole city, like
He
there's
even said
as
that-
opposed to
Well, I
any
mean,
other
I don't know.
landlords
Think
of
it's a lot of
Well,
power. It's
well,
a lot of
something-
power an
actually,
individual has.
something
it's a lot
in
of power.
something they did highlight in this in this article that we read was that he is going to drive the regulations of the city.
Yeah.
Of course, he's the owner. So
Absolutely.
what are the regulations? What is he going to imply or put over these people that are going to be living in his town?
Not to mention that setting regulations for one city might cause a precedent for regulations being changed in other cities.
And
He
isn't that how it goes?
And he starts to change the whole. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think you guys are playing with a hypothetical.
It's just
of-
important to
of
look at it.
feelings
It's important to look at.
versus
It's-
what's fact.
I don't know. You have a billionaire,
Here we
buying
go.
a whole city.
Here we go. What's wrong
What-
with that?
Okay, let's say he buys another city in another city. Now he owns all of Texas. Would that be ethical?
If he's got the money to do that,
It'd be ethical to own an entire state.
is it possible to own an
But
entire state?
would it be ethical?
Wait, is it
I mean,
possible?
it's possible
We're
to buy
playing
a city,
hypothetical.
But I'm just saying, like, let's
Let's
go down this
not
train
play
of thought.
hypothetical. Do you do that with your borrowers? No.
No,
You don't do the
you're right.
hypothetical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Why?
yeah.
Why don't we do the hypothetical?
I mean, the context is different here.
Yeah,
we're
why
that's
don't we
right.
do hypothetical?
I
we're
think
not
it
doing
drives fear,
hypotheticals
too.
because
because it's bullshit.
when
It's made up.
When it's alone, we need to know exactly
It's
what's
made
going on.
up.
But when it comes to regulations of an entire city that might
Sure.
affect the regulations of a neighboring city and a state, those are definitely important questions to ask. And then you've got them in the hands.
But
of
how is that
someone-
not already happening?
I don't know.
I think
From
it is.
from people that are in power that should not be doing insider trading, making $150,000 a year, but yet they're
Yeah,
worth
that's
millions.
wrong. That's wrong. Also,
Hmm?
yeah, no, yeah.
Hmm?
I think all of
So
Washington.
why do we get to pick and choose who is the
Scapegoat.
or not even a scapegoat? Who is the poster child of the good and the bad?
Right?
Why
right.
do we get to chastise this man for what if his intentions are good? Let me play the other hypothetical token. What if his intentions are truly good? What if the building of SpaceX, pouring so much money into this thing for a better future for us, pouring all
I do
this
be-
money
I do
into a
believe he-
technology for Tesla to make what we do better? Did you guys ever see the video of him when he
I do
finally
believe.
landed? One second. When he finally landed the first self-landing, go up and
Falcon
down.
Heavy?
Yes.
Falcon Heavy? I think.
And
Falcon.
I think it was Armstrong, the astronaut, that kind of called him a wahoo and a kid for messing around with this stuff. And it like, he
I
cried.
saw him cry.
He
Yeah, I
cried
saw that video.
because that hurt. That was somebody that he looked up to, and
Yeah.
this guy's calling him a wahoo. But then he did it.
Yeah.
And I think
I did see
this
that
is all
video.
based off one article. I
Yeah,
just could,
yeah. But this is a good
in-
conversation.
Being in the housing, I mean, being in real estate, I can see the avenues. Also, being in a position to where you live where you work, I've been in that position.
Sure.
I mean, they
You both have,
leverage.
yeah.
They leverage the.
They did leverage
They
it.
I pretty much
leveraged it
live here.
because
And I don't own it.
All right.
just to give you just
Lock and
a
Terrace
thought,
real estate
right?
company.
Whenever we worked there, we did get our hourly wage for things we did on the job.
Okay.
But we were on call after hours,
Sure.
and on Saturdays and Sundays we worked for free.
Okay.
But we got the apartment right in pay.
So are you working for free?
Well, I mean, just think that you're on call,
Yeah.
an additional 16 hours versus your 8,
Right.
every day, on top of the 2 days you work 24 hours on call and at an office.
So as an employee, do you not have the ability to, one, negotiate that? Did you ever bring it to the table? No. Number two, do you not have the ability to go find another job?
You
Yeah,
do,
no, no,
but,
what that-
but
Yes to both
no,
of those. You
so-
guys are both
No,
hitting
no,
me with
well,
the butts.
but I'm telling no, mine is more so. I'm saying that I can see how this could play
Right.
out. Just
Sure.
me having a perspective of
like
being in
personal
the-
experience
personal
being
experience.
under
And
that.
I'm just more so like, But then I know Elon based off of the things he's done,
Sure,
what
sure.
he says, and his thought process is that he wants humanity to thrive,
Yeah.
to excel, and that's his overall goal. Of course, he needs money to do that,
Right.
but I'm just like looking at it. I'm like, I could see that being a good thing, but I'm also looking at there's possibilities for navigating.
I want to ask you guys both something. When we were reading that article, why did you guys both immediately jump to the far-fetched hypothetical?
For me, immediately is just the
Because
lens.
the article didn't say anything about what we're talking about.
Right.
It
Because
didn't
my-
allude to that.
my-
We don't know anything about
my-
Elon and that part.
my-
but why did that happen?
my
Because
thought
of the
process
experience with
goes-
the,
No, well, one, it's, the thought process you had. Nothing
Yeah.
is free,
right.
right? So how is it that he's going to say, hey, this house is normally $2,400, but I'm going to charge you 22, but I'm going to charge you $800.
Right.
That's where my thought came in. Nothing is free. So why would he go and put something that's $2,400 and charge you $8?
It goes to show how heavily inflated our market is.
That'd be one of the ways, sure.
If you can buy a grip of land that no one's interested in, right? You're going to get it pretty cheap.
Right.
And you're going to build all these buildings. Therefore, it becomes an asset that you own that appreciates over time. You're going to provide housing for your employees at a discounted price, regardless of whether it's going to be a controlled thing or not, because I believe that the employee has the right to say, I ain't down with that. Right. I'm out. I'm going back to live with mom. I'm going to the basement. But where, I guess I'm trying to figure out where the disconnect is between just facts versus the opinion or the grandeur.
Facts of what you just said. Just base it off what you just said, right? There's nothing for free. The guy knows what he's doing. He's offering an opportunity to give people a lower house payment or rent payment. But at the end of the day, like you said, it'll become a valuable asset if they buy in, and that value increases what? His revenue that he receives.
His net worth.
But also if he started to say, all right, we build all these places, and it becomes an actual town.
Yep.
Now I can start selling these houses back to these people, or just
that's
in
an
general.
opportunity.
But
again, another hypothetical, but an opportunity.
But it's playing off what you're saying, right? Because you're saying he's going to build it. It's already been said, 121 homes.
Sure,
they need 200 to do an elementary school.
Yeah.
But just in what you said, it's going to increase value.
Yes,
it becomes a valuable asset. So,
if what?
People buy in
there.
But people
if
are going to buy in.
It becomes
a
risk that can go backwards.
But that's saying
quick.
That's a hypothetical also. You're also saying that's if they buy.
That is correct.
So it's kind of like we're playing the whole hypothetical because it's not real yet.
Yeah.
I just think, through the lens that I've seen him, which I know it's going to be different person to person. On top of him being a billionaire, he hasn't gotten to this position by making dumb decisions. Or, free money. He doesn't do that.
I appreciate that. Yes.
So I think it's very easy to understand that perhaps there might be a monetary gain other than just giving his employees, free housing, especially from what I've seen with, Twitter and the housing situation with the employees there. And I know that I feel that at face value, it might seem something noble.
Yeah.
But I think it's always just going to be monetarily driven, which is not wrong. And I think when we understand that it's important to look where this could go when it's monetarily driven.
But everything that we do in business should come at a cost.
Right.
If not, it wouldn't be a business, guys.
Right.
I mean, the bottom line. And I also want to add that I'm loving this conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are very, very intelligent, and it allows us to have a damn good conversation from a good place.
Yeah.
I hope and wish that more people can have conversations like this in the open because it breeds different ideas. Who knows?
I'm going to go buy 6,000 acres in the middle of fucking nowhere and be like, Mark, me and you are doing this. I found the acreage, bro.
Let's go.
Let's go.
How are we going to get them to work?
What are we going to name it? I think.
I think camp.
Yeah, but I mean, that concept of ideas springing upon other ideas, we don't know his intentions.
Right.
We just know that that's something that he wants to do. Just like with Twitter, we didn't know his intentions when he bought it, but then time started telling and he started washing stuff out. And then you go, well, maybe his intentions were good. I don't see him trying to do anything bad. I don't see him trying to kick people off that, for example, he's not kicking liberals off. He's not.
Right.
he himself was a liberal.
He did have to recensor certain conservatives, though. Like he had to recensor.
Sure,
Kanye.
but
he
but
was like,
right,
this is a second time.
yeah,
Jimmy's got
but
a bad
rightfully
brother.
so,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
it also showed that even he has limitations and boundaries. Like, whoa, I'm all about free speech, but you
take
can't be saying that, bro.
Yeah, truly, yeah.
You know, he's not outlandish, and that's the word that I use because it can describe many things, and it can describe people's actions and possibly sometimes their intentions.
Right.
I think the guy's got good intentions. Whether he goes about it the right way every time, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not at that level to
Right.
be able to judge
Right.
the man.
It's one of those where it's like there's a temporary sacrifice for the big gain.
Yeah.
Which the big gain for him, he already has the billions. It's not that.
No.
It's more so in the increase or the excel of the humanity itself.
Yeah,
like he just wants to push us and drive us to fucking driving spaceships. and
Yes.
going to the moon,
Yeah.
the moon, going to Mars.
But that is a great point. I mean, do you really think he's going to make a whole bunch of money from building this town?
No.
More than what he's already
Not-
made?
yeah, not-
He's got
yeah.
more to lose than he has to gain.
Right,
Especially with people thinking the way that you guys brought to the table today. If there's a bunch of people thinking that, he could lose even more.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right.
So it just leads to my point that maybe we should take some things at face value every once in a while and
Yeah.
then wait to see how it goes.
Yep.
And then we can go, ooh, told you so.
Yep.
Hey, yes, you did.
Yep.
Yes, you did. My bad. And people are entitled to change their opinion. People are entitled to be educated and see what happens towards that
Right.
future. I'm not
Right.
going to say we can see into the future. We can't. We got to play it day by day to see what their intentions unfold to becoming. But the idea behind these folks are coerced into doing it, that's not coercion. That is not coercion. That is, hey, if you take this, this is what comes with it. You
Right.
game?
Right,
Yes or no? Just like the bald head Howie
Right.
Mandel, deal or no deal.
right.
Yeah, because I mean, at
there's
the end of the
different
day,
ways to look at that, but yeah.
I mean, I agree with that piece, and it's just one of those where, hey, read what you're
Yes.
signing up for,
Mhm.
and at the end of the day, you can make a choice to be like, nope, I'm
Yeah.
out.
Right,
Correct.
Right. Yeah.
Correct.
Because I mean, if not, we would still be working there right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, good point. Good point to both.
And I think the coolest thing is if you're gonna have conversations where you're gonna know that you're gonna face difference of opinions and perspectives, to be open to it.
Yeah.
Because it feels good to have your perspective challenged and to be able to like,
It makes you think.
Let me think about it this
Yeah.
way.
Mhm.
But you have to be able to like be open to it and not get
I
offensive
mean,
and like
I'm open
you
to
know?
it. I'm just glad I won.
That's awesome. Before we head out, JC, were you able to find the taxes versus Texas and California? Hello.
Total.
Okay. California had the nation's 9th highest tax burden,
Oh, dang.
while
I was
Texas
wrong.
ranked 34 in 2022 survey by WalletHub, a financial service site. It compared property taxes, individual taxes, and sales tax, and excess tax as a share of total personal. What is it?
excise taxes.
Excise. What the hell does that mean?
I have no idea.
Okay, great.
I've never
Me neither. Total personal income in the state. So, I mean, that's coming from the Sacramento Bee. But the idea is go up a tad. No, the other way.
I wonder if that's proportional. Like proportional.
You're trying to bring some other bullshit in.
Is it proportional to
At the end of the day, California
Pays
is
a lot of
ranked
taxes.
number 7, or ninth.
Ninth,
I'm sorry,
ninth.
9th, and we are 34th. Why are people
Okay.
moving to Texas? There you go.
It is right here, mate. Yeah, you just got to look at the screen here. All right.
Okay, you guys are right. You guys
Oh
are
my
right. Yeah.
goodness. I hope and pray that more updates go like that. That was awesome, guys. I really appreciate you giving your insight without any kind of filter, because that's the way it should be amongst friends that have intellectual minds and have something to bring to the table other than some feelings and their own opinion without backing it up. You both had opinions that were backed up by experience. You guys went through something that led you to believe a certain thing. There's nothing wrong with that. I will never fault somebody for taking their experiences and applying them to real life, because that's what it is.
Right,
That's what we're living.
Yep.
So
Life.
that's right. That's just the way it is. That being said, guys, I hope you got a little bit out of today. If anything, I hope you enjoyed the banter amongst us fine young men. But you guys have a great weekend. Just know that we are always willing and able to help you over the weekend with pre-qualifications. Keep in mind that we do request your documents because we're not some rinky-dink lender. We want to make sure that when we do give you options, they are accurate options. In order to get a hold of us, you can find us at ithinkmortgage.com. So with that being said, you guys have a great weekend. We will plug this out, baby. Boom, boom.
Let's go.
Boom, boom.